happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's day is going great. If you are new here, hello, I'm Chazzles Renee and welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hi my loves, thank you for joining me in another one of my videos. So yesterday's video was a Valentine's Day inspired kitchen build. My whole inspiration for the build was like a surprise brunch for our significant others, and it turned out so cute. But I was thinking that we definitely need a cute little outfit for our avatars to wear when they are baking all of our delicious treats in the kitchen, and that is what today's video is going to be. It is going to be a touch of magic tutorial on how to create a cute Valentine's Day baking dress. So if you love Touch of Magic tutorials and you love Valentine's Day, then definitely keep on watching. And don't forget to check out my kitchen build to go along with this dress afterwards. You guys will love it. That is what I'm standing in here. So if you guys want to see how I did this beautiful build, then definitely check that video out right after this one. But again, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and let's get this dressmaking started. So instead of doing the ball gown dresses like I normally do with Touch of Magic designs, I am going to instead use the simple cottage dress, and that is going to be the basic cottage dress here in customization, and that is going to be the base for this dress. So we're going to hit create, and then I definitely want to keep to the theme of the colors of the kitchen, so I'm going to be using white, pink, and red, and that is just to match the decor that we have in our kitchen build. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have our base dress pink, and it's going to be this pink here. I don't know, I might go a tidge lighter just because I feel like this one's kind of dark and it kind of almost looks similar to the red. So I think I'm going to maybe use this one here, and it's going to be the second column from the bottom, and it's going to be that very first pink. And then from there we are going to need the top of the dress to be red. So I am going to add a layer, and then I am going to be using the cube shaped pattern, and then I'm going to change that to this red, and it's going to be the second darkest red in the top column, and it's going to be that second column. And then I am just going to bring this all the way up until it's completely covering that half part of her dress on the very upper part. And then you can stretch it out as well, just to try to get as much of that fabric covering the top as you can, and then you can always shrink it as well. So I think like right here should be okay. And then I will be doing a belt around the apron as well, like our little tying part, so it's gonna cover that waistband where the red meets the pink, so you don't have to worry about a little bit of that red sticking out on her waistline. It's going to all be covered up. So we did that to the front of the dress, and we're going to have to do that to the back of the dress as well. So I'm going to grab another one of those cube shaped layers and then just put it on the back of her dress. And with this one you're going to have to turn it slightly because it is a different shaped cube than the front of the dress. I don't know why, it's different. And then we are just going to angle that to make sure that it fits perfectly. And then as you can see, this one's not sticking out as much, so I'm just going to fix that first one a little bit, just so it's not sticking out like the back isn't. Alright, so that looks pretty good. And then again, once you have that left side done, you can just go into your tools, and then you're going to click this icon here, and what that is going to do is it's going to copy and paste whatever fabric you use onto the other side. So let's hit that, and then as you can see, it is already on the back of the dress, which is perfect. So this is what it's going to look like so far. Now, after we have the front and the back of her dress done, I want to add a collar, and our collar is going to be white to match our apron. And for that, we are going to be using our favorite little shaped guy, our most versatile shaped piece of fabric, our little straight line buddy, and we're just going to set the default color to white. And then we're going to be slightly rotating this just so it gives that collared effect. And you want to bring it up as far as you can so that it lines up perfectly where the dress meets the sleeves. So kind of like that. And then once you have that side done on the right, we are going to once again copy and paste that onto the left side with our little handy dandy tool. And it's going to look like this. So obviously it needs to be a little more thicker towards the chest area, and again we're just going to grab another one of our straight line guys, rotate, shrink it down a little bit because we don't want it too thick, and then we're just going to line that up with the first one that we put down on her shoulder. So kind of like right there, and it's going to look like that. And then once again we're just going to copy and paste that onto the other side. But as you can see, now we have this kind of weird little funky shaped piece of fabric towards her chest, and we need to fix that. And for that, we're going to be making it look like the end of the collar, and we're going to use this little triangle guy in the shapes, and we're going to shrink him down pretty small, and then just rotate him so his point is showing. And then we are going to have to shrink him down because he's too big. So again, let's go into tools, and then we're going to click this little world button here, and that's just going to shrink the fabric for us. So perfect. And as you can see, once I shrink it, it now looks more like a collar. And then I'm just going to bring that up a little more because I don't want the collar to be that long. And then just tweak it so that it meets up with the rest of that collar. So like right there, let's copy paste it onto the other side. And it looks pretty good, but I do think it needs to be up a little more, so let's just kind of move those. And again, you can just move it, that way it can line up perfectly. I'm going to say like right there, let's see how that looks. That one's stuck a little bit on the button and I don't want that, so let's click on the right side of the guy and I think it might actually just be the way the dress is, which is okay. Looks pretty good right there, and then I'm just going to tweak the other one a little bit. So I think like right there looks pretty good. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to be seeing little, you know, details like this from afar, so don't worry about how perfect you're going to get it. No dress design is going to be perfect, even if you've been doing it for quite some time, like I always say in my videos. And I'm just going to back out and see how it looks, and looks pretty good. And this is always good to do too, just kind of back out and see where everything is laying, see where everything is lining up, just to make sure that everything looks good once you are backed out of customization mode. I almost feel like we can go a tinge lighter on the pink, so let me see if we have another lighter pink, which I don't think we do. I don't want black. That's the one we are currently using. Yeah, I think that's the lightest pink that we have, which is fine, but it does kind of blend in with the red a little bit, but I'm sure it'll look great when we add the apron. So once we have that done, now we need to make the details on her sleeves. So I think I want the cuff of the sleeves to be white, just like the collar portion. And again, for that we are going to use our little favorite guy, our favorite piece of fabric, our little straight line guy. And then again, just take that down to the sleeves. And then depending on how much of the white you want to show, that is totally up to you. You can either minimize it by bringing it down more, or you can maximize it by enlarging it and then bringing it up so that the sleeves are going to be a little thicker. I kind of want to go for like a retro dining kind of like dress, so I'm going to keep them thick. So I think I'm going to go like right there. And then once you have the width of it where you want it, again, you're going to copy and paste that to the left side. So let's just go into our tools again, our handy dandy little copy paste tool, press on it, and it's going to copy that over to the other side. Perfect. So now that we did that to the front, we have to do that to the back of the sleeves, and we have to do the back of the collar as well. But as you can see, Chazel's hair is going to be in the way. So this is typically why I always have my avatars have their hair up when I'm customizing dresses. And I don't know why I didn't do that before, but that's okay. We can do that now. So I'm just going to put her hair in a little bun design. And that is just going to make it so that I can see the back of her dress, and her hair's not going to be in the way anymore. So let's go back into customization, edit, and then now we're going to do the same thing on the back of her sleeves. So let's grab another one of our little favorite guy fabrics, shrink him down really tiny, and then just bring him up to her arms. And then again, you're just going to line it up as best as you can with the other one and make sure it looks pretty even. So I think that one looks pretty good from all angles. And then again, we're just going to copy and paste that one onto the other side. And there we have it. But that one's, I don't know why that's going to happen to you guys a lot. It's going to look totally different sometimes on the other arm, which is fine. You can just go in and line it up better. perfect, I think. Yeah, and then the same, if you need to go in and tweak the other side just to line up better, can do that as well. And I'm just doing it so that that little line isn't showing where the sleeve meets the fabric. And again, it's not going to be perfect, especially because the sleeves do have like a little bit of a wave on them. So it's not going to be perfect, which is okay. But that is what it's going to look like so far. And then now we're going to make the collar in the back of the dress. And for that, we're just going to be using our favorite little buddy again. See, this is why he's our favorite piece of fabric, because we use him for everything. He's just so versatile. So let's shrink him down really low. And then this one, we're actually going to angle a little bit and line it up so that it meets the collar perfectly. Say like right there should be pretty good. Perfect. And then once we have it done on the left, again, we're going to copy and paste that to the right side. And it's going to look like this. Awesome. Alright, so it's totally up to you if you want to add some designs on the sleeve or if you just want to keep them pink. It's whatever you guys want on your sleeves. Let's move on to the apron portion. And for the apron portion, we are going to be using the square. And it should already be white, which is going to be perfect. And then we want to stretch this guy out pretty far. I don't want it to cover the whole waist. I want to get a portion of it covered. So let's see, right there. Right there looks pretty good. And then I'm going to be adding some pockets onto my apron because I feel like every apron needs pockets. It's just convenient when you're cooking, especially if you have recipes or anything like that. But I do want our apron to be a little more longer. So for that effect, I'm going to again pick our little favorite lined guy and just stretch him out and add that to the bottom of the square so that way it's a little bit longer. So like right there, perfect. Okay, and then now we're going to make the pockets. So for the pockets, I don't know if I want to do red pockets or pink. I think I'm going to do red pockets and then I will make the waistband pink. So you're going to go into all, and there's actually going to be a pocket motif. And it's probably one of my favorite motifs. And I love it. It's just, I'm so glad that they put it in there. And I'm going to be just using the simple one, so not the one that like angles at the end. It's going to be this one here. So I'm going to grab one of those, shrink it down really small, and then I want to change the color to that red that we've been using. And then pockets, I always feel like on aprons are going to line up with where your arms meet the sides of your waist. So I'm just going to be lining it up to her hand length a little bit. So I'm thinking like right there should be okay. And then once you have like the spot where you want it, again, you're just going to copy and paste that onto the other side, and it's going to do all the work for you. And that is what it's going to look like. And then I'm actually going to, I just barely noticed it kind of narrows in at the end, so I'm just going to maximize it a little bit. Perfect. So it's perfectly lined up. And then I actually want to add a little bit of a refilled ruffled hem at the end of the apron. And for that, I'm going to go into flourishes, and then I think I'm going to grab this one here. Maybe. Don't really like that one, so let's try the other one. Okay, this one's better. So now I'm just going to put this little lace at the end of the apron, and I'm going to, I don't know how thick I want the lace. That looks pretty good. And again, I'm just going to maximize it until it is pretty large on the end. And then I'm kind of just going to angle it up so it's even. Right there, maybe. Let's bring it up a little tiny bit more. Like right there. And now that you can see, the apron isn't meeting up with the end, so we are going to have to shrink that apron a little bit, which is fine. So let's just bring it in a tiny bit more. And then the same with our white. And then just move everything up one. Like right there. Move it over just a teeny bit more. And this is probably the tedious part about making dresses, is just making sure that it's all lined up. So like I said, it's going to be a whole lot of backing out and then moving things slightly just to make sure everything is lined up properly. So that looks pretty good, and then now we're going to go back into that lace hem and then just move it up slightly again. Alright, that looks pretty good, and then again I'm just going to back out and see how everything is lining up. Alright, so the apron is looking good. Now we have to add the little waistband and the tie in the back. So I think I'm going to make the waistband pink like the rest of our dress. And again, we're going to be using our favorite little fabric piece, our straight line guy, and we're going to change that to pink. And then I want to keep it kind of thin, so we're going to probably have to add 2 of these pieces. And then again, you can angle this too. If the straight line doesn't work, we can try the kind of curved shape as well. Alright, so that looks good. And then again, once you have it lined up on the left, we can copy and paste that onto the right. that looks pretty good. And then now we have to make it go all the way around. That way it looks like it's the tying piece. So again, we're going to grab another one of those lines and then just take it to the back. And for this one, we might actually have to use the curve shape because it does curve in the back of the dress a lot. So, but we will see. It looks like it's going to work. Just need to move it up a little bit. Like right there. And then again, once you have that done, you're just going to copy and paste that over to the other side. So let's copy and paste that. And then it's going to again show up to the other side. So we have the front of the apron done. Now we gotta make it look like it's tying on the back area. So for that, we're going to be using the bow motif, which is going to again be under all. And it's supposed to be Minnie's bow, I think. The only downside is it has polka dots on it, so we're going to have to cover those polka dots with some pink pieces of fabric. And you want to shrink this down a little bit. Alright, so it's going to look like that on one side. Might need to enlarge it a little bit more because I want it to be kind of big. And then you're going to copy and paste this to the other side before you do anything else. And then it's going to look like this. So once you have that, again, we need to cover those polka dots up. So we're going to be using our straight line guy again. And we're going to be shrinking him down pretty small. And then just laying that over the first set of polka dots and copying, pasting that to the other side. And it's going to look like that. So it's going to be fully covered polka dots on that side. And then again, we're just going to do the same thing to the bottom. Just grab another one of those straight line guys and do the same to the bottom. And just kind of angle it and line it up. Right there, and then again just copy and paste that to the other side. And then now we just have those two circles to cover. So let's grab another straight guy again, and this one we're going to maybe have to shrink down smaller, maybe not. Perfect. And then just copy and paste that one to the other side. So now it looks like our bow is completely covered. But we still need to cover that top part. So for that, I'm going to probably take a triangle and shrink him down pretty small, and then just cover that part. Alright, so there we have our bow part. And now we have to add the rest of the fabric from the bow that drapes down. And for that, we are going to be using that kind of like curved shaped looking line and shrinking it down. And then I'm going to be turning it the opposite direction. And then we're going to connect this to the bow so it looks like it's hanging down in the back slightly. And then you can always make it longer by stretching it out. So it's going to look like that, and then you're just going to copy and paste that to the other side. Perfect. And now I am going to back out just to see how everything is lined up. Awesome. So let's try to angle it better. Thinking it was it might just be the way the fabric is, honestly. I want these to be a little more longer, so I'm just going to drop them down just a tidge. Perfect. So we are all done with the apron part. It's going to look like that. Perfect. So I want there to be some white at the end of her dress as well, so that is what we're going to do next. Maybe we won't use our special guy for this part. Yeah, I think the square is going to look better. Back out and see how this looks. Looks pretty good. Alright, so we're going to be using the square instead of our lined guy. So since we already have this square here, again, we're going to go into our copy and paste tools and just copy him onto the other side. But as you can see, we're going to need a piece in the middle. So let's add another square to blend those two pieces together. Perfect. So now that we got the front of the dress hem done, now we're going to do the back. And again, just taking more of those squares. And stretching them out as far as we can without them being very large and protruding over. And this one, again, you're probably going to have to angle just because, like I said, it's at a weird angle in the back, so. buddy. Your head's in the way. Can't see. Hi. So cute. I love having him like do dresses with us because he keeps me entertained. Like I said, he's my in-game son now. Alright, so this is a bad angle. Shrink it down a little bit. Right there. Perfect. So once again, we're going to copy and paste that to the other side. Perfect. And then now we just have this back end to cover. Grab our last square piece. Oh, we're gonna need two actually. Right there. Perfect, and then just copy paste that to the other side. Alright, so we have the front and the back of the dress done. Let's just step out and see how it looks. So cute, love it. Now we have to add the little heart details on the apron. Again, going into the motifs, and then we're going to grab that heart shape. Shrink it down as small as we can, and then I think I'm going to do this one pink. Alright. And then I'm going to put it right here on the bottom. Alright, let's see if we can add anything else. Need a little clasp on the belt. That would look cute. Let's shrink it down though. Perfect. Alright guys, so I think we are done with the dress. I think it looks super cute. I like how it turned out. Let's put her hair down. Even though, I mean, if she's going to be baking, she should probably keep it up. Because if she's anything like me, which she is, I have super long hair and it always gets in the way of cooking. Sometimes it gets in the food and my husband gets really pissed off at me, but that's what happens with us long-haired girlies. So it looks really good. I am really happy with it. This is how it turned out, and again it matches our beautiful Valentine's Day decor. So cute. Love it. So I am really happy that I got to make something Valentine's Day themed for you guys, and I'm going to try my best to do a lot of these for every holiday. So I'm typically going to make a holiday build, and then I'm going to make a dress to go along with it. That way you guys can get some inspiration and do the same, whether it be you guys wanting to post cute pictures and putting them on social media with the same concept. I'm doing this all for you guys to make it a little easier for you guys to get used to Touch of Magic as well. I wasn't good like this the first time I started making dresses. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of trial and error, and then you just get better the more dresses that you make. But this is the whole reason why I wanted to do this channel, was to help you guys out, give you guys ideas for, like I said, builds for the holiday or just builds in general. And then I also want to make some dresses to go along with those builds, and hopefully my tutorials are easy to follow and help you guys with your inspiration for dresses. Like I said, that's the whole point of me doing these videos, is to get you guys used to using the Touch of Magic tool. But again, this is the dress that we made today, guys, and I hope you enjoy it. And like I said, if you want to see the build to go along with this dress, then definitely check it out. It is over on my channel too over here. So definitely go check that video out after this one. But again, thank you guys so much for being here, and I appreciate you all. And if you like this video, then definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you like my builds and you like my Touch of Magic designs, then definitely subscribe to my channel, and make sure you guys post your builds over on your Instagram, or the dresses that you made over on Instagram from my inspiration. Make sure you guys tag me in them over on your social medias, because I want to see how your guys' designs and builds turned out, and if they were easy to follow. Just give me feedback to help me try it better in my videos and make sure they are, like I said, easy to follow. So give me all of those details and all of those opinions. But again, guys, thank you so much for being here, and again, happy Tuesday. Until the next one, guys, bye.